please. Thank you. Razor. Nice. Let's try a little refresh. Some notifications. Thank you for all the likes and all the retweets, guys. It is so much appreciated. I am going to probably host. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to host Xyldar whilst I am offline. So I will. But right, let me play these stories, and then that is us. We're calling it an evening for now. So I can go do my shopping, go get some food. We just passed the 9-hour mark, so yeah, I think I'm entitled to a little bit of a break. Thank you again so much for watching, and let's put on Ariana's story first.
As a police officer, I'm in positions where I see the worst in people. Nobody ever sees a cop unless there's a problem, so, you know, we're always walking into problems or issues, and so I've kind of become a little callous, if you will.
We never thought that we would ever be in the situation that we were in. It was an accident. It was something that we never thought it could happen.
I knew nothing about Children's Specialized Hospital. I never knew about any of the pediatric care. I, too, was like many other folks who thought that children were just scaled down versions of adults. And you realize that they're not.
Hello?
Around 5:15, we had a phone call. There had been an accident and that they had called 911.
Got there and I saw a police car in front of the house.
We didn't know what to expect.
So I ran into the house and I looked, and there was...
I couldn't walk in when I saw my daughter that way.
Our friend laying on the floor holding Ariana. The little boy, a day or two, he was 9, his father had bought him a kid's compound bow. He was getting ready to get his hunting license. The little boy picked up the bow, grabbed one of his father's target arrows, and rather than going out in the backyard and having a clear line of sight to the target, he was shooting from the garage into the backyard.
So when she ran, she came right across, and the arrow hit her right in between her eye and her nose.
Missing her brainstem by, I believe the doctor said it was 1/8 of an inch, but still severing that MCA and causing her to have a major stroke.
She pulled the arrow out herself, and then she just fell on the floor.
We got to the hospital, and we were told that she probably wouldn't make it through the night.
That was the beginning of our nightmare.
So an arrow hit you? Is that right?
Ariana hadn't read her last rites.
I got hit by a bow and arrow. I couldn't speak, I couldn't talk, I cannot walk.
They put her in a medically induced coma initially for 2 weeks. We started to lose her.
So they had to let her be, and then slowly for another week until she was able to wake up.
And she was able to wake up.
Dr. White said to us after a week, okay, no more trach. She can breathe at home. And that was scary, but she did it.
The one hospital fixed her physically, but somebody had to take care of her and get her right mentally.
We tell everyone that we don't know what we would be or what we would do if we didn't have Children's Specialized Hospital by us. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and things are going to be okay.
And then we met the folks from Children's Miracle Network, and it was like meeting angels.
I can walk, I can talk. Right now I can talk much.
She doesn't recognize there are things she can't do.
And even after doing therapy, we always wondered, you know, is our little Ariana coming back? And she's definitely back.
It's a beautiful day. I wanna make it stay. Shine a little light, make today alright. Just wanna make it stay. This beautiful day.
Oh man, just every time I watch it, I just think what a fantastic story of Ariana and her family. Just the sheer bad luck of that. Just imagine getting shot, with an arrow, and God bless her. God bless her. Right, I just want to show you once again. We'll do Tobin's story just before we go offline. So let me just pop that one now.
My name is Tobin Hawes, and I am a survivor.
It all started out when Tobin wasn't himself. Something wasn't right. I took him to the doctor, and she said he had fluid on his ear. She said, come back in 2 weeks if he's not right. But 2 days later, he threw up 3 times in a row. He wasn't eating.
Tobin has an ependymoma, so always when you mention that, it sort of comes like an explosion, and it's a shock.
I took him to be seen by a pediatrician, and she took about 5 minutes and ordered a CT scan.
That's an especially tricky tumor because it grows beside the brainstem, and that's one of the toughest areas to do surgery.
And I remember getting a phone call from my wife at lunchtime saying, oh, we are just here at the hospital, Tobin is getting a CT scan. I'm like, oh, you just got a cold, an ear infection, that's a little bit odd.
Tobin's tumor was nestled between cranial nerves, so when we removed it, if we went too high, his face would get numb. If we went too far in front, his face wouldn't move, and if we went too far below, he wouldn't be able to swallow.
It took Dr. Dirks a good, I guess, 8 hours or so to remove the tumor that was really embedded in the center of his brain. He basically saved his life.
Three years later, an MRI showed it had grown back significantly. Miraculously, surgery was possible, so he had the surgery, and then he was on chemo for 1.5 years, and then it came back. It showed that the cancer spread. It was scarier to know this cancer, it's growing, it's active.
During chemo, you lose your hair. You take 2 different temozolomide capsules, and then you have to take a topicide, which is another type of medicine, and it tastes like the worst thing ever. It just tastes really bad.
We always have to give people in such terrible circumstances some hope. Today, in 2010, we can do a lot more with these brain tumors than we could do over the last couple of decades. We have better surgery, we have better tools at our disposal, we have better imaging. The best starting place after surgery is to have no tumor there. So if we can get to that spot and have the patient doing well, that's a huge hurdle to cover, and then we can start saying, look, we've gotten them through this first hurdle, there's hope here. Everything's checking out really well. I thought it was time for Tobin to get back to playing hockey, but I told the parents to buy the most expensive helmet they could afford. Every kid is special, and what we want for them is to have a normal life. Even if they have a disease as bad as a brain tumor, we want to encourage them to do the best they can, to have fun, to enjoy life.
He's in the best hands at Sick Kids. Anything that the kids need help with, assistance with, it's taken care of there.
Fundraising is absolutely critical to the everyday workings of the hospital. It makes us able to have the best tools at our hands when we do surgery.
One of the things that I like about Children's Miracle Network is that when the money is given to Children's Miracle Network here in one community, it stays in that community.
In a way, it'd be nice to become out of a job as a neurosurgeon for brain tumors. That would really be the big wish, is if these kids could just come in, we give them the right medicine, and it disappears, and they don't have to go through surgery.
When I go to Sick Kids, I try to encourage kids that have cancer not to give up.
Back when Tobin first started treatment, we were introduced to the Bravery Bead program. What they do is each of these beads represents a treatment or a procedure. On Tobin's Bravery Bead necklace, there's 31 MRI beads, there's 63 radiation beads, there's countless finger pokes and blood transfusions and emergency visits. It's a lot. There's well over 500 beads for Tobin here.
Unreal. Over 500 beads.
I'm so proud of the way that he's overcome his challenges.
Man, what a kid, eh? What a kid. That was unreal. Right, guys, so as I said before, I'm going to take a break. I don't know if I will play any more today, to be honest. That has been a long time. But I do want to continue helping out the cause, so I'll probably support it in other ways. Maybe pop in and a few other folk, host a couple and whatnot. But thank you so much for stopping by. Your support is appreciated so much. And, you know, I think we've done a good thing here today. Everyone across the world who's been playing games, whether that's video games, whether that's board games, tabletop, dice games, whatever you've done today for Extra Life, you know, hats off to you. Well done, everyone. The entire Extra Life community had raised more than $5 million today, last I checked. I don't know what the exact amount's at right now, but it's continuing to climb. So well done, everyone. Well, that is me for now. That is a jungle out. Let me just refresh that, because that, once again, there we go. That is me out here. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.